Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope y'all are doing well during this whole quarantine. And yeah, let's get right into the video. Today I want to give you guys an update. I am 3 months post-op, and yeah, I just kind of want to walk through some of the things that I've experienced over the past 3 months and just kind of give my overall thoughts and opinions on what having gastric bypass surgery has done for me and how it's affected and improved my life. Okay, so I have some notes written down. I decided kind of early on after surgery that I wanted to only weigh myself once a month. I decided this because I know that losing weight, and especially with gastric bypass surgery or any kind of weight loss surgery, it's typical to experience plateaus, not losing anything for a week or 2 weeks. And I experienced that about 3 weeks post-op, like week 4, 5, and 6, I stayed the same. And it affected me in a negative way, and I got into a kind of negative headspace about it. So I said, you know what, I'm from now on only going to weigh myself on the first of the month. So I've been doing that. I did that for May and I did that for June. And so far I really like it, and it takes the pressure off of me trying to lose every week. I know I'm losing, I feel it, I see it in my face, in my body, in my clothes. And at the end of the day, this is a marathon, not a sprint. So yeah, on June 1st, I weighed in at 328 pounds exactly. So that brings a total loss of 73.6 pounds. I lost 20 pounds before surgery. So, yeah, 53.6 pounds after surgery, but 73.6 pounds in total, which is really crazy to think about. That's the most weight I've ever lost. And I feel really, really good. So yeah, moving on from the weight. Oh, I should mention my highest weight was 401.6. That's what I weighed in my first consultation visit to my surgeon. So that was back in October 11th, 2019. Yeah, moving on to my diet. Now that I'm 3 months post-op, I'm able to eat solid foods, and that has consisted of a lot of protein. So I've had chicken, steak, pork, shrimp, crab. I actually had snow crab legs for dinner tonight. They were really good. And I've been doing like deli meats, like turkey. I've done a little bit of salami. I tend not to do too much of that because it can be a little more fatty. But yeah, in total, I always measure out my food. So I measure out my food in ounces, and my total plate I measure out to be about 4 ounces. Whether I can eat that whole plate in a meal is really depending on how I'm feeling that day and how full I get and kind of what's on my plate. I try to focus my plate 2 to 3 ounces, mainly protein. So like this morning for breakfast, I had an ounce of deli turkey, an ounce of Genoa salami, and an ounce of Gouda and an ounce of strawberries just to kind of round out that 4 ounces. But that was 21 grams of protein right there for breakfast. So I really try and focus on that. And like I said, I had snow crab legs. I actually had 4 ounces of snow crab legs. The meat, I didn't like, I broke everything and weighed out just the meat, and it was 4 ounces. And that's all I had. I don't dip it in butter or anything. I like the pure taste of the crab meat. I think it's the best. So yeah, I've been doing that. And then usually the other 1 or 2 ounces consists of, you know, veggies or fruit. Today for lunch I made some Swedish meatballs and homemade. I'm half Swedish. And I had an ounce of mashed potato. So yeah. I wanted to mention that doughy and bready foods tend to really bother my stomach. Like, I don't eat any bread. I really rarely eat pasta. I have had like pasta salad. Like, cold pasta tends to be better on my stomach and digestion than like hot pastas for some reason. I don't know why that is. And like I said, doughy, sort of bready foods are really kind of a no-go for me unless it's toast, and it has to be really, really toasted. I can deal with crackers, so if I have a craving for a cracker, I have some really great multi-grain crackers that I got from Sprouts that are really good. And really fatty and sugary foods tend to bother me. I haven't had a whole lot of sugar. I stick to, like, I have no sugar added or sugar-free popsicles that I have every once in a while. And those don't seem to bother me. I have had a bite or 2 of like cake or cookie or something that my sister made, and that was fine. But I really don't tend to eat more than 1 or 2 bites of something like that. I did notice today, I've had the Swedish meatballs. I made them Sunday and today's Tuesday, and I've noticed that they're just really fatty. The original recipe calls for using half ground pork and half ground beef, and I really should have modified it and used really lean ground beef. And I also made kind of like a little gravy with it, and I made that too fatty too. I used too much cream, and so it really kind of upset my stomach a little bit today. So I've actually frozen the rest of the meatballs, and they last a pretty decent while. And I think I'm just gonna give myself a break on those. And like I said, I got some crab meat tonight, and I got some shrimp for the next couple days, so I'm gonna try and be a little more easy on the fat intake. And then I wanted to kind of go into my exercise. So I don't think I mentioned in my last 2 videos, but I would say it wasn't until around 8 weeks post-op that I really felt like I had my energy back and like I could go for a walk without feeling like I was gonna pass out. And so ever since like 8 weeks post-op, I've been walking pretty much every day, you know, as the weather permits. Sometimes it's raining all day, sometimes it's really way too hot at a certain point in day to go for a walk. And on those days, I will do YouTube workouts. So those have been really nice. I've been doing like ab and arm workouts and leg workouts, and it's just been really nice. So I've been staying really active. I've been able to spend time with my family outdoors, you know, helping with yard work and things like that, where a year ago I really just wasn't able to do that. Even standing in my kitchen on Sunday and cooking those meatballs, like a year ago, I wouldn't have been able to do that. Just standing for several minutes hurt my lower back so severely that I just couldn't move. So it's been really nice being active again and actually walking, and it's just, yeah, it's been a game changer for sure. And I don't take these legs and this body for granted anymore, and being able to move, because I know what it feels like to not be able to. And then I've also been doing stretching. I used to dance as a kid, so I'm pretty flexible for a fat girl. And so I'm just trying to keep up that flexibility and just stretch and make sure my muscles are recovering and feeling not so tight. And then the last thing I kind of wanted to touch on is I have had some episodes of dumping syndrome, which, if you're unfamiliar with dumping syndrome, Google it. It's hard to explain. It affects people differently. For me, if I'm going to have an episode of dumping syndrome, it usually happens if I have too fatty or too sugary of something, or if I've eaten too much and I've just pushed my stomach to too far capacity, which doesn't happen often, and dumping syndrome for me doesn't happen often, but it has happened, and it's very uncomfortable. And usually about 20 or 30 minutes after eating, I will feel just a weird nauseous feeling, and I don't throw anything up, like nothing comes up. I feel like it's already gone through my stomach at that point and into my intestines, but I just dry heave a lot, and it kind of takes a lot out of me. So it's an uncomfortable thing. So I actually had a dumping episode today. This afternoon, I had the Swedish meatballs for lunch, and it was actually a couple hours later, and I started to do my YouTube workout, and I just noticed, like 5 minutes in, I started to get that feeling, and I had to run to the bathroom and like dry heave or have my episode. And then, I wiped my mouth, brushed my teeth, and went back to my workout. So I can rally, but yeah, it's certainly an uncomfortable feeling. But yeah, so that's kind of my 3-month post-op update. I can't believe it's been 3 months. I can't believe I've come so far, and I still have quite a ways to go, but I'm just really, really grateful for this surgery and to have had this opportunity. I feel a certain kind of freedom from food that I've never felt in my life. I don't binge. I don't think about food all the time. I don't feel like I'm being controlled by it, and I feel like I have total control now, and I can say no, and I don't have to eat a whole box of cookies or crackers or whatever anymore. I have trail mix in my pantry downstairs that I bought a week and a half ago, and I'm only about halfway through the bag. If this was me a year ago, I would have been done with that bag probably the first or second day. So it's just been really incredible, and I really look forward to where the rest of this year takes me. And I know it's kind of crazy. The whole world is just in this huge pandemic, and so many things are going on in the world and in America right now. And in my world, in my personal world, things are actually going pretty well. So that's just crazy to me. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.